Welcome to the Aero General Service channel. I'm your host, Corey Bartolotti, and in today's video, we're going to be installing a dual pipe system. So it's going to be two pipes in the same trench. We're going to have a solid pipe, which is going to be SDR 35 PVC, 4-inch, and that is going to be collecting two gutter downspouts and a small drain for the channel drain on the pool deck to dump into. And in that same trench, we're also going to have a perforated pipe. We're going to be using the French Drainman high octane French drain pipe to go ahead and collect subsurface water. And that French drain is going to run along the side of the home, starting from the front of the gate and ending at the screen where the screen enclosure is. We're going to discharge this system out into the backyard because we have a lot of fall, a lot of slope going down that way, and there's a natural area that the water can just percolate into. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember to call 811 before you start any excavation. That way they can come out and mark down the utility lines. And just to give you a word of advice, remember, just because 811 marks out where the utilities are, it does not mean they are always accurate. We have run into countless times where their markings were way off. And on this particular house, on the side yard, they actually didn't mark several utility lines, the fiber optic line, some cable lines, and a telephone line. None of those were marked. So we had to explore that area and find those lines, and then we worked around them. Now, obviously, when we dig, we're not going crazy and just chopping through everything in the ground. You know, there's a specific way that you dig and you excavate. That way you're not destroying important things that are in the ground. So just keep that in mind whenever you have 811 come out and mark the utilities. One, they're not always accurate, and two, they don't always mark everything down. When we are excavating this trench for our system, you're going to notice that some of the dirt we are putting off to the side on top of blue tarps. Well, another section of this trench, we are actually going to be removing the dirt. The reason for this is because where our French drain is going to be placed, we are not putting that dirt back. We are going to be putting stone in place of that dirt. The dirt that's going on the blue tarps, however, is going to be going back into the trench because that is going to be covering our solid SDR 35 4-inch PVC pipe. That dirt is okay to put back in because it is not a perforated pipe. But if you are installing a perforated French drain pipe, you want to put stone in place of that dirt. You do not want to put the dirt mixed with the stone. The reason for this is because the dirt over time will fill the voids of that stone, causing the system to work slower and slower until one day that system stops working completely. Not only this, but roots will also find their way into the system and be able to grow much easier with dirt mixed in to your French drain because moisture will be held within that dirt. When it is just stone in a French drain, over the dry season, the system can dry out a lot more efficiently than if there was dirt mixed in. This creates an environment that roots cannot thrive in. The roots are essentially air pruned off. They dry up and they die because roots cannot be exposed to air. They have to have moisture, darkness, and dirt to be able to survive. So this is the reason why we build the systems the way we build them. On the beginning of our drain run, on the first gutter downspout, we're going to be installing what is known as a vented cleanout. Now, whenever you're installing a vented cleanout, make sure you use a Y fitting. That way the water cannot spray out of the side like if you were to use a T fitting instead of a Y. The water has a better chance to spray and leak out of the side of that T fitting, especially if it's vented, opposed to if you use a Y fitting with the Y that's pointing upward. Now, you can use a T fitting for a clean out on a gutter, but make sure that if you do that, you put a threaded drain plug on the end of that T. That way no water can escape. At this point in the build, it's time to put our geofabric in the trench. This section of trench is going to have our perforated French drain pipe running alongside our solid gutter downspout pipe. Now, these wires that run through the trench, we cannot put these wires down below because they are going to want to push up the pipe and push up the fabric, and we cannot leave these wires running on top of the ground, obviously, because they need to be buried. So the best way to do this is to run your fabric underneath all of these wires. Then you are going to cut the fabric down and put the wires running through the fabric, and then you're going to stitch each individual cut seam of geofabric up. That way it keeps the system contained. Now this is very tedious, but this is what it takes to build a quality French drain system. Now our pipes are going to be running underneath these wires. That way we have our fall, and we continue that fall all the way out into the backyard. Now there is also a sprinkler main that runs through a portion of this trench. So we are going to do the same exact thing that we did with the wires with the sprinkler pipe. We're just going to cut the geofabric, fold it around each section of pipe, and then stitch it back up. The SDR 35 4-inch PVC pipe is going to be the first pipe that we're laying in this trench. That is our solid pipe. Alongside that pipe, like I stated, is going to be a French drain pipe. That perforated pipe is going to run alongside this. Once we get to the screened enclosure, at that point, we are going to be splicing our French drain pipe into our solid pipe. That way it keeps the two systems separate, and that French drain pipe will be draining downhill into our solid pipe. So any debris, shingle, gravel, leaves, anything that gets into these gutter downspouts, they have no way of entering our French drain system because the two pipes are completely separate and they do not splice in until the French drain pipe is at the end of its run. The reason why you want to do this is because you do not want contaminants getting into your French drain system. You want that to be a closed, contained system. That way it lasts forever. Once we have both of our drainage pipes in this trench, the way we're going to start our perforated pipe is we are going to simply put a grate, a 4-inch circle grate on the end of that pipe. The reason we put this on the end is so that it keeps the rocks from entering the French drain pipe, but it will still allow water to enter in through that open grate. Now, we aren't concerned about losing water at this point because remember, this trench is dug at a slope. That way the water is going to travel in the direction that we want it to. So that water will enter in all through the perforations of this pipe, and it will travel through this French drain pipe and ultimately make it to the end where it's going to be connected into our solid SDR 35 PVC line. A couple things to keep in mind when building a French drain. Make sure that you put that perforated pipe at the bottom of your trench. You know, I hear a lot of guys talking about putting like an inch of stone underneath the pipe. Do not do this. When you put an inch of stone underneath that pipe, all that does is create an inch of space that water can sit in your trench and not find its way into your perforated pipe. Remember, water travels the path of least resistance. That perforated pipe running through that trench is going to be its path of least resistance. So you want as much water getting in there as possible so it can be moved to the desired location. Now, another thing to keep in mind, the stone that you put in the French drain, it does make a difference. Putting pea stone in a French drain is not the best idea. Sure, it will work, it will move the water, but it will not be as efficiently moved as if you were to use 1 inch to 1.5 inch stone, even up to 2-inch stone. The bigger the stone, the bigger the voids. Now, I'm not saying to use giant stones in there, you know, because too big, it's not going to be right. It has to be big enough so it can compact in there, but also create good voids. Now, to connect our French drain pipe into our solid SDR 35, we're going to simply use a no-hub fitting, also called a rubber boot. This will ensure a good solid connection between our corrugated and our PVC. Whenever you're connecting a lateral into your main line, make sure that you use a Y fitting or a combination Y. The reason you want to use a Y fitting over a T is because a T brings the water to a stop. The water slams into a T and then it has to start back up again. You lose all of that water's velocity. Not only that, but it also creates a potential choking point for debris to get caught up in. When you use a combination Y or a Y fitting, that allows the water to make a smooth transition into the main line and it continues its velocity. The other reason why it's very important to use a combination Y or a Y fitting is in case you ever have to run a sewer snake through that system. You cannot make a turn on a T fitting on its side with a sewer snake. It will slam into the T fitting and it will have a hard time going in the direction that you want it to go. So that is another very important reason on why you want to use a Y fitting. At the end of the day, plumbing code all over the US calls for using Y fittings or combination Ys in plumbing, and there's a reason for this. So use a combination Y or a Y fitting, don't use a T. Now, the reason it's called a combination Y is because you are using two fittings. You are using either a 45-degree angle or a 22.5-degree angle. You're using whatever fitting the job calls for, but that's why it's called a combination Y, is to make that turn. At the end of our drainage run, we're going to be using one of the FDM pop-up emitters with turf restrictor plates. French Drain Man put a lot of thought and time into designing this, and I really like this pop-up emitter. It has a flap that you can put your hand down into to clean out any debris that may have gathered at the end of the line, and that turf restrictor plate keeps the grass from growing over the pop-up so that your discharge doesn't get impeded. Now we're going to be putting this on one of our percolation tees that's surrounded by geofabric and drain rock. That way, on the end of the rain event, the system can dry out completely by allowing the water to perk down into the ground. The reason we use a T-fitting at the end of our discharge instead of an elbow with a couple of holes drilled in the bottom is because we have found that those holes tend to clog up very quickly over time. Now, using the T, you have 4 inches of space that debris would have to clog up before the water wouldn't drain out of the system completely. So we have found the T to be much more effective than using an elbow with a couple of holes in it. Once we have our system in the ground, it's time to start burying it up. And before we put a little bit of dirt over our French drain, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull that geofabric over the drain rock, and we're going to stitch the entire French drain up. Now, the reason we do this is because we want to make sure it stays enclosed and that no dirt, sediment, or debris can get into that contained system. The only thing we want getting in there is water. Now, because this side yard and backyard had very thin grass and it didn't have thick sod, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get everything graded out. We're going to put a thin layer of dirt over our geofabric wrapped French drain, and then we're going to put down a bunch of grass seed and hay. That way it stabilizes the ground and it allows the seed to grow. The reason you want to put straw down after you put your seed down is because that helps the seed grow by keeping the birds away from eating it, and it helps keep the seed moist with moisture when the sprinklers go off and it gets watered. This allows the seed to grow much more efficiently and take hold quicker. All right, so that just about wraps this job up, and I just want to take a second to thank everybody that's been supporting us. It really means a lot. We want to keep bringing you informative knowledge about stormwater drainage and how to design systems and the reasons why we do the things that we do compared to others. And if you live in the Hillsborough, Pasco, or Pinellas areas of Florida, give us a call. We can come out there and assess your drainage situation and build a system that fits your needs. And until next time, this is Aero General Services signing off.